You've read the title of the video and know what it's about. It's another one of those hot take videos you've probably seen like a billion times on YouTube. I won't stall. The only difference is that I've worded it fancily. Yeah. Now, of course, none of these hot takes are being ranked by how hot they are, but I better start with something tame to ease you in. Ice cream is overrated in my opinion. I mean, it's not bad by any means. I like a good cone once in a while. Oh, but like when you examine it, then yeah, maybe it's not the best dessert. Obviously, we could state the obvious that has milk and gluten, but let's be honest, most sweets have milk and gluten. Actually, I'm pretty sure almost all of them have milk and gluten. It's also got sugar, so it's pretty unhealthy, but let's be honest, all desserts are unhealthy unless you're eating fruits or something, in which, yeah, sure, why not, right? But my main problem is the thing it's named, ice. Obviously, it's going to need A to be put in sub-zero temperatures so it doesn't get the viscosity of a Nickelodeon slime, and B, you're practically forced to eat it quickly, because if you don't, it'll melt out, but if you do eat it quickly, you're gonna get a headache, which isn't preferable, in my opinion. Anyways, moving on to something a bit more controversial. Object shows are good. Now, I know what you might be saying, but Efe, that's super cold. Well, it is if you're part of my audience, as most of my audience is object show fans, but you gotta remember, outside of like, what, 3 million people, or possibly more than that, most people just don't like object shows, which is understandable. But either you just don't know what they are, even though Jack and Jelly has basically 1 billion views, so how is it still niche? Or you're gonna get someone making fun of you because you like something that's made for children, because obviously you have to watch something age appropriate like Family Dude or The Simpsonades. And honestly, I think that it's kind of annoying. Like, come on, let's be honest. The hate a lot of object shows get is similar to the hate anime get. It's literally just another kind of animation. And object shows basically being a genre, while anime is literally where it's produced. It's not one single thing made by one single person. Like, yeah, a lot of object shows are made by one guy. Like, Super Society has like a bazillion object shows, but you understand where I'm coming from. If you claim to hate object shows, do you really hate object shows? Like, if you like one of them, then you don't hate all of them. Usually the object show a lot of people really like is HFJ1, but that's just a solid show all around, so I think it makes quite a bit of sense, but I'm still tired. And going back to that comparison I did with anime, for some reason, a lot of anime fandoms are comprised of gooners, porn addicts, degenerates. Well, you'll still find quite a bit of BFDI Rule 34 out there, enough for children to make a Rule 34 fixing videos. There's a reason why people make those videos. It's because most of the OSC straight up looks down upon them. Probably because the characters are inanimate objects that just so happen to have faces and limbs and talk, but they're still objects. Honestly, I could say that the OSC is probably comprised of the least least amount of gooners out there. In comparison, of course, there's plenty of gooners in the OSC for some reason. And like, come on guys, are we dead ass right now? No, honestly, I'm just not a big fan of porn in general. Well, and porn artists. Why are you making this? Whatever. Or I think I'm getting sidetracked. People are allowed to dislike things, but comparing BFI to freaking Hitler is just straight up stupid. There are plenty of things I dislike and have been vocal about disliking in the past, but I never compared them to a dictator with a kill count of this much. Still lower than Stalin for some reason, even though, it's much more morally objectionable to make Nazi jokes than Soviet Union jokes for some reason, but you understand. And comparing BFI to Hitler is stupid. And the hate object shows death and is just blown way too out of proportion. I get why you wouldn't be interested in most of them. A lot of them are competition series similar to Total Drama, so they come off as lazy. But I still think that you should at least be somewhat fair when talking about these shows. Since they're primarily made by children. The OSC is made by children. I still think you should criticize them, but maybe don't full on compare them to fucking Hitler. Like, straight up, what the hell is your problem? I understand disliking in most object shows. They're pretty samey for the most part, since most of them are competition series, and you likely won't be seeing many non-competition shows that are in slice of life. But still, that's like saying that all anime is lolly. No, it isn't. You'll find plenty of object shows with interesting premises. One being one of them, Love of the Sun, and also being one literally taking place in the freaking afterlife. Object Legend is a fantasy series, which you will have a kick from, but I still, however, believe that most of the hate is overblown. And this section is way too long, guys. Should probably move on. And speaking of moving on, Shantae is the most glazed video game I've played. And I'm not gonna sit here being like, oh yeah, I know it's so disliked, or yeah, I like it, just that I don't think it's on the same standard as people put it on. No, I genuinely don't like this game. Hell, I even called it my least favorite video game in the video I made on it. It didn't get any views, but I still talked about it in that video. Anyways, I'll try and give an explanation into my main point as to why I dislike the game. The difficulty. It just feels artificial. It's very clear they didn't want this game to be easy, but come on, this is just lame. The platforming is pissy easy for the most part, unless you just can't land jumps correctly. Then you're not gonna be having much trouble. The real trouble comes from the freaking enemies. Oh god, these guys are some of the most frustrating video game enemies you've seen in a video game. There are two main problems. A, their attack patterns, and B, their health. The attack patterns would be much more difficult to explain, so I'll start with that. Their attack patterns usually start with something that can't be predicted very easily, like jumping out of the ground or jumping out of the background. And these can't really be reacted to easily. And while in a reaction time platformer like, let's say, Sonic, it would be fine since your moveset is mostly built around it. In a game like this, it's your main form of attack and defense. It is a hair whip, and it can be pretty good for melee. These kinds of enemies are just not something that most people would think. Yes, this is in fact appropriate for a character whose moveset is mostly melee attacks, which would then lead you to get damaged because the enemies come in freaking hordes. The main problem I have with this game is how overloaded it is and filled with pace breakers. There's like, no, you can't just transform via pressing a button and selecting which animal transformation you want her into. You have to do a rhythm game. No, you can't just take out the enemy in one hit. You have to take them out with like two hearts of damage while jumping. And you have to take them out permanently via shooting them while twerking or something. I don't know. That's kind of my main problem with this game. It's such a pace breaker, and it's so confusing as well. Like, where am I meant to go? Who knows? Maybe if this video gets enough support, and maybe after I get verified, I'll be able to make a video where I talk about the rest of the games in a concise manner, possibly scripted, hopefully scripted. Well, this video got a little bit negative at the end, so I think that would be very appropriate for me to thank all my subscribers. Thank you to Air, Normar Fun, Victor Butter, Her Studio Gamer, Her World, Plays, 2150 Studios, Cypher Mysterion, Blue Animations, Trod, Cyber Godzilla, Oliver the Random Editor, Nuh Abdul El Wahab, Your Boy Brandon, Animates, Nigerian King AUTTP, Diel, Road to 2K subs, and Larry the Clumsy Sea Pig. You guys are the best, and thank you, and goodbye.